In this video, I will teach you all the pronouns that exist in Spanish and how we pronounce them, the ones that we use here in Argentina. So if you are ready, let's start with this right now and see how it is. The first type of pronouns that we have here in Argentina and we have here in general in Spanish is the pronombres personales. What are these? So it is basically when we say in English, I, you, he, she, they, we, etc. As for example, in Argentinian Spanish, it would be yo, vos o usted, you formal, él, ella, nosotros, ustedes, y ellos, ellas. As you can see here, these are all of the translations and these are all of the pronouns that we have here. So, as for example, we could say, yo soy Nicolás, vos sos un estudiante, él es un amigo, él es un amigo, ella es una amiga, ellos son argentinos. So these one are pretty simple, right? So as you can see here in Argentina, we have a new pronoun that is vos. We do not use tú here in Argentina, at least in Buenos Aires. We don't use it in Buenos Aires. Then in other provinces or other states of Argentina, indeed we use it. So vos is the casual one, which would be in English you, the normal you. And then another important thing is that we pronounce words differently. As for example, double L and letter Y plus a vocal is pronounced as sh, as in yo or ellos, ella, él, ella. So now let's continue with the following type of pronoun. These are the adjetivos posesivos. As for example, when we say in English, my dog, his cat, her father, her mother, their animals, their pets, etc. So in Spanish, it will be mi, tú, su, y nuestro, nuestra. If it is plural, you just add an S. For example, mis, sus, tus, nuestros, nuestras. So one important thing right here, tú means your, but in Argentinian Spanish, right? Tú means your in Argentinian Spanish. Then sus or su has 4 or 5 different meanings, which is his, her, their, and your, but from you formal, okay? From usted. And also it means you're from you all, okay? You're from you all. So I can say, as for example, mi gato es bonito. Tu perro es grande. Nuestra casa está en Argentina. Great. Now, let's continue with pronombres posesivos. These are, when we say in English, mine, his, hers, yours, etc. As for example, in Argentinian Spanish or in Spanish, it would be mío, mía, tuyo, tuya, suyo, suya, and nuestro, nuestra. Pretty simple. These are very short and it's pretty simple, I think. Now, in this case, we use masculine and feminine. So if it is masculine, a noun that's masculine, you would say el perro es mío. And then if it is feminine, you would say la perra es mía. Okay, if it is feminine. The same, it can be singular and plural, míos and mías. The same here, suyo, suya, it means his, hers, theirs, yours. Here the same, from usted, you formal, ustedes, you all, and from ellos, ellas, theirs. As for example, I can say, este teléfono es tuyo. Este teléfono es tuyo. Esta camisa es mía. Estos libros son suyos. This has many different meanings, so it will be these books are his, hers, yours, and theirs. So you must be careful with this and you just have to know this with context. Now, the following type of pronoun is the pronombres objeto directo. For the following, I should make a video. I will make a video about this so you can have this much clearer. But in this case, in this video, I will explain you more or less how it works. So it is basically when we say, I see a thing, I see a dog. So you would say, I see it. When you say, I buy an apple, you would say, I buy it. When you say, I buy apples, you would say, I buy them. So it's the short form of this type of sentences. So in Spanish, we have 4 different types of it and them, as in this case in specific, for objects. So for the pronombres objeto directo, you would say lo masculine singular, los masculine plural, la feminine singular, las feminine plural. As for example, when you say, I buy an apple, yo compro una manzana, you would say, yo la compro, I buy it, yo la compro. I buy apples, it is feminine plural, so you would say, yo compro las manzanas, yo las compro, yo las compro. Yo tengo un perro, yo lo tengo. Yo tengo un perro, yo lo tengo. Yo tengo teléfonos, yo los tengo. Okay, this is pretty simple, I think, but anyways, I will make a video soon about this. So if you would like to know more, in the description you will find it. Before continuing with this video, I would like to mention that my new group lessons will start on May 1. So if you would like to learn Argentinian Spanish for traveling, or just because you would like to enjoy learning Spanish and learn Argentinian Spanish in specific, in the description you will have much more information about this, so you can start right now and start changing your life and start learning Argentinian Spanish with me and with group lessons. More information in the description. ¿Qué estás esperando? Dale! Now, the following and one of the last pronouns that we have here in Spanish is the pronombre objeto indirecto. Indirecto, okay? Now, in this case, it is pretty much the same as the last one, but in this case, we will use it with people. As for example, when we say in English, I see you, I see him, I see her, or I look at her, I look at them, etc. So we would say it like this. For example, I see you, I look at you. It would be yo te veo. Yo te veo. I see you. Another example, I look at her or I see her, you would say yo le veo. But now let's see all of these pronouns so you can understand this much better. So it would be yo me, vos te, él, ella, le o se. In this case, se is like an exception. We will see much later on when we should use it. Ellos, ellas, les, and ustedes the same, les, or se again. So now, as for example, I can say, you see me, it would be, vos me ves. I see her, yo le veo. I see them, yo les veo. I buy something from them, we would say, I buy from them. We understand that is something. It would be, yo compro a ellos. Yo les compro. Yo les compro. I buy something for them. Yo les compro. He talked to us. Él nos habla. He talked to us. Él nos habla. And the last one, I love you all. I love you all. Yo les amo. Or just les amo. Remember that you can always skip the subject if you have a verb. You can always skip the subject, so you would not say yo les amo. You can just skip it and just say les amo. Les amo. Now, I told you about this se, right? Well, in this case, this type of pronoun, we use it in very specific type of sentences. When we have to say the indirect object pronoun and the direct object pronoun and this on the same sentence. So if you say something like this, I buy it from him, or I tell him about it. Or another example, when you say, I give it to him, something like this, okay? When we have these two different type of pronoun on the same sentence. So I will take an example so that now you can see it. For example, I give it to him. I give it to him. Yo le, which is to him or him. Yo le lo, for example, the phone, I give him the phone. You would say, I give it to him. Lo, in this case, will be the phone. So we have yo le to him. Lo, et, the phone, doy. Yo le lo doy. Now, the problem is that it sounds extremely weird. So the creator of Spanish back in the day, he said, oh, this sounds extremely weird. So now, let's change the le for and se. Why? Just because we cannot say le lo, or les lo, or les los. No, it doesn't sound good, so we just say yo se lo doy. So whenever you have something like this, yo le lo doy, yo les las doy, or something like this, you will never say les le, because the following word is again a pronoun that starts with this sound, lo, las. So you would just replace les or le for se, okay? Yo se lo doy. Another example, I tell him about it. No, I tell it to him, I tell him about it, or I say it to him. You will say, yo se lo digo. Yo se lo digo. I say it to him, I tell him about it. Yo se lo digo. You will probably think that it is yo le lo digo, but no, because we cannot say le lo, so we just replace the le for se. Anyways, I will make a video about this soon, so if you would like to know more, in the description you will find it. And now, the last pronoun for this video. These are the pronombres reflexivos. So this is something very important that you have to know. These pronombres reflexivos, we use them with a verb. What type of verb? We use them with a specific type of verbs. these are the reflexive verbs. So for example, in Spanish we got two types of verbs, or actually many types of verbs, that are basically when we say a verb plus se at the end. For example, ir, the verb to go, and then we got the verb irse, which means to leave. It changed its meaning, right? Another example, perder and perderse. Perder means to lose or to miss something. And then perderse means to get lost. Another example, levantar y levantarse. Levantar means to lift, to pick up. And levantarse means to get up oneself, or to get up, to pick up oneself, to lift oneself, basically to get up. And as an example for this, it would be the verb llamar y llamarse. Llamar, to call someone. And llamarse is to be called, or basically my name is. For example, yo me llamo Nico, or mi nombre es Nico. So now, for all of these reflexive verbs, we will use them with this type of pronouns that I'm going to teach you right now. So if you say, for example, I go to school at 8, and then I leave the school at 8 again, you would say, yo voy a la escuela a las 8. Yo voy a la escuela a las 8. And then the other one will be, yo me voy de la escuela a las 8. So as you can see, the difference is that we use this new type of pronoun that is me. Okay, so otherwise, if you don't say me, in this case, it will not be the verb to leave, it will be the verb to go. So now, more or less that you understand this example, let's see all of the conjugations, all of these new type of pronoun that are the pronombres reflexivos. So you would say, yo me, vos te, él, ella, se, usted, se, nosotros, nos, ustedes, se, y ellos, ellas, se. Now, you will have to use the verbs, okay, the reflexive verbs. So for example, the verb to leave, it would be yo me voy, I leave, vos te vas, you leave, usted se va, you formal leave, él, ella se va, he, she leaves, nosotros nos vamos, we leave, ustedes se van, you'll leave, and ellos, ellas se van, they leave. So you will repeat the same process with the rest of reflexive verbs, with all type of reflexive verbs that you have with these pronouns. So I can tell you some more examples. For example, yo levanto pesas. No? Yo levanto pesas. I lift weights. And then I get up at 8, you would say, yo me levanto. I pick up myself, or I lift myself, or I just get up. Yo me levanto a las 8. No, yo me levanto a las 8. I get up at 8 in the morning. Another example, I called Nico, and then I am called Nico, or my name is Nico. Yo llamo a Nico, and then yo me llamo Nico. The same here, you can always skip the subject, which is in this case yo. So you can just say me llamo Nico, no? Llamo a Nico, and then me llamo Nico. Me llamo Nico. Okay, these are all the pronouns for this video. And I would like to tell you that if you are thinking of learning Spanish, of learning Argentinian Spanish, you can start learning Spanish with me right now with group lessons. So if you would like to learn Argentinian Spanish for traveling, or just because you would like to come here to Argentina, or just because you just would like to enjoy learning Spanish, you can start doing so with me. Yeah, with my group lessons. So it will be just with 8 people. So if you would like to know more, in the description you will have a link there, and you can start working with me. My lesson will start on May 1. So if you would like to start learning Spanish, learn Argentinian Spanish right now for traveling and Spanish in general, you can see more information in the description. So I hope that you have liked this video, and please tell me your experiences using all of these different pronouns and whether or not you have understand them all in this video. So thank you very much, and see you in another video. Thanks for watching this video. If you are a beginner and you want to learn Spanish, my book, Mini Stories to Learn Spanish Beginner's Guide, is available on Amazon. If you are looking to learn Spanish to visit Argentina with my program, you can do it. All the details are in the description. Thanks for watching.